the goal is there, so we have to make objectives. So you can form different objectives to achieve the goal. So, and it's not only one objective. So this is one of the objectives. So I think mutual heritage of action area of Jaffna city to be preserved while making the area comfortable and residential use in 5 years time through transformation proposal. What is transformation proposal? That means we are now looking towards a change. No, we are not here to just keep it as it is. So when the transformation proposals are done, we have to think of this thing in this line. So it should be this smart means that our things must be specific. Any objective must be specific and measurable. That means it just like it should increase the people inside the area, or number of occupational units should be measurable something and attainable, and then it should be a realistic objective, and again it should be time bound. So a time must be given. It should be achieved within a given time. Otherwise it's just a statement, just like newspaper headlines. So if you and this the transformation proposal. So what is this transformation proposal? That means we are expecting a change. So this change we need, but we must clearly identify what are we going to do. So we can make it a proposal like this. It's not a detailed proposal, but we know which area to be preserved, which buildings to be reused for, which buildings to be used for commercial activities, or which area to be given for different activities, or how can we use this for different activities. So activities can be sometimes, some areas can be for total new construction works. Some areas only you can confine only to the conservation zones or something. But still, when you are doing this, you have to think of the value of the area, and that means physical values as well as intangible values of the people. So these transformation proposals, once you made it, you can implement pilot projects, and through that you can find money. Just like now today the concept of condominium properties is there, so they sell only the plans. That it's like something. So once you prepare this type of transformation proposal, then we can find investors and values must be kept. And all this area can be considered into one, and we can spread. And here again I have put, so we can have activities like this outside, from outside the city also, just close to the city. There are interesting places to visit. So one can propose cultural walks, visits, and like this. So transformation proposal should address these things: revitalize heritage buildings, reuse proposals, incorporate commercial activities. So and there is a proposal at the moment to widen some roads in the area. So A9 road goes through that area. So there are alternatives for that. So you can make it one way and keep the quality as it is. And you can make it a good place, landscape open areas, roadsides can be made better. Maintain roads and open spaces tidy and clean. So with that you can make a branding concept. So this is what we got from Netherlands. So the Amsterdam is they are developing a concept. I Amsterdam. So then when we think of this, it's something sellable. So you can market it. Market means so we can find investors. Everywhere you have this I Amsterdam. It's just like this. The Mobitel is using this I am Sri Lanka. So when you are branding, you have to maintain quality standards, statements, the quality statements. That means always that it's a area with air. It attracts people, it attracts investors. So create some kind of branding. I don't know, it's just something. Gateway to mutual heritage with the transformation proposal. So once you create it, the financing is the next thing. So there are possibilities of generating funds from some time from stakeholders. So there are people living abroad with money, and they might sometime, if you can explain this kind of proposal, they will come and invest. So sometimes we can find seed money from government authorities, but we can't expect big amount from that. So for the financing purpose, we can the private investors, we can encourage period museums. These buildings can be utilized for classes, educational purposes. That means these areas must be put into use. So there is a need for these IT centers, educational activities everywhere. So without destroying these buildings, if we can revitalize or conserve or rebuild some area, we can use it. So with control means with some guidelines. So then action plans. So we need action plans to achieve these things. So what we have identified is there is nobody to look after this at the moment, because the municipal council is there, but municipal council alone can't do this. Archaeological department is also there, but it alone can't do this. But it needs some combined effort. So it needs a high-powered formation of a high-powered committee. That means the mayor may be the chief or the leader with the help of other stakeholders. That means you need private parties also get involved into these things, not only the government. So there are similar examples. Our president has initiated some activities when he was the Director General in CCF. The institutions like Gold Heritage Foundation, and there is a foundation for Sigiriya also and Kandy also, but they are not active at the moment. But the Gold Heritage Foundation is working. So that means local level. So there is but you can identify some bad sides or the good sides of what we already have, and then develop it for a good towards the So, as you can work out a good action plan aiming at one of these objectives. So it means, I'm not going to read this thing, but the important things are this: convincing the landowners and getting the donor agencies. If we can implement a pilot project with seed money from a suitable agency, then it can be continued to the other areas. So the services and other activities can be, so if we are going to sell this, market our transformation proposal, so that we can utilize those money for improving the services of the people. So that means that non-profitable activities can be done through the marketable activities, marketable places. Yeah, I think it's a sustainable approach if one can work out this. We have some authority has to take it further, and it needs the stakeholders' full support and their willingness. I think it also can be win if this is explained in a better way, a friendly way to them. I think that's the end of the presentation. Thank you very much for your kind attention.